All right, shalom, shalom. This is the brother Abad. You're back here once again. Before I get started, like always, I want to give all praises and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah HaKodash. Double honor to my teachers, the elder apostles of Great Millstone, and shalom to the hopeful elect. Yeah, the inspiration for this video comes from the young man. I believe he's like 16 years old down there in Alabama that was involved in the Montgomery brawl, right? Or the Riverfront brawl, they're calling it. And they're calling this young man Aquaman now, which I'm calling him Baby Namor, right? Because he actually hopped out the water and started whooping ass. All right. One guy, he body slammed the nigga. The other guy, he was giving this dude Super Saiyan punches. I mean, the young man put in work, but I was just meditating on that event, a little more, because the more I learn about, the incident, is a very, very spiritual event that took place. The Lord had his hands all over that. The Lord had his angels all over that. And there's so many spiritual things about where that took place, how it took place, the people that were involved in it, the things they were going through. I mean, I've listened to, some of the workers, the Jakes that were there working, the people that were involved in the fight, and they were talking about how they were having a bad month, a bad week. They were going through a lot, and it was just a perfect combination for that to happen. And the Lord, put the spirit on that young man to jump in the water, because you take away the guy with the folding chair hitting people upside the head, and you take away the young man that they're calling Aquaman. You take that away, and it's still a big event, but it's not as big as it turned out to be. Like, I mean, this thing is blown up, But the Lord put the spirit on that man to jump in that water and to swim over to that fight. Now, like I said, I've been, learning more about the event and the people involved, and I've learned, I've been following some updates, and I've heard that the young man, he's been receiving a lot of money. And basically to the point he had to tell people to stop sending money to his Cash App because, he didn't do it for that. He didn't do it for the money, which is true because they didn't know, those people involved in that brawl didn't know the cameras was on them. They didn't know this event was going to blow up to the magnitude that it did, which I think that's the coolest part about this whole thing is these people involved, they just sincerely reacted to what was going on. And that's, to me, that's just, man, it's amazing how the Lord can do things. But like I was telling bros in the chat, this young man, this 16-year-old, he going to be the most popular guy in his school. When school starts back up this September, he going to be the most popular guy within school. He going to have all the young women wanting to flock with him, from the freshmen to the seniors. They're going to be trying to sit at the lunch table with him. Even the guys, everybody going to want to be his friend, not to mention all the money that he's been receiving and continue to receive. But the point of me making this video is to show you, and this is just a small inkling, a small example how the Lord can promote you and exalt you, with ease, very easily, with just one moment and your whole life can change, right? This young man, he woke up that day like it was a regular day going into work, because he worked there, going into work, working on the ferry boat or whatever type of boat it was, the river boat. And he didn't know that event was going to take place that day. But little did he know the Lord was going to have him be involved in that. And his life is forever changed after that. Now, for us brothers that are actually serving the Lord and waiting on the return of Yahweh Shai HaMashiach, we can take something from that. So I want to get Psalm chapter 75. Let's go over to Psalm chapter 75. And let's start at verse 6, right? It says, "For promotion cometh neither from the east, nor from the west, nor from the south. But Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai is the judge. He putteth down one and setteth up another." So Yahweh, why Yahweh Shai? Because first the Most High, and then our beloved big bro, Hamashiach Yahweh Shai, he's been given all authority in the heavens and on earth. So him and Yahweh Shah, they have the power and authority to exalt you and promote you whenever they feel like it. All right, in due time. And I was just thinking about the young man, the swimming guy, because I've been seeing so many people congratulate him. So many, I mean, it's just hundreds of thousands of comments, bro, and it just, people reacting to it and praising this man and looking for him and wanting to give him just gifts. All right, and it shows you how, like, if that happens to these average day regular people that's not involved in the ministry and serving the Lord, how much more us brothers that are actually serving the Lord are going to be exalted in that day, right? And I want to get the etymology of the word promotion, right? Because it says promotion, it doesn't come from nowhere else except from Yahweh Bahashem Yahushua. Now, when you go into that word promotion, it says an advancement in rank, right? An honor or position to advance, move forward, all right? So the Lord is going to promote us to a different position. He's going to advance us, move us forward, all right? And exalt us in a way that these people are going to be willingly and desiring to give us gifts, desiring to give us charity, desiring to give us alms, as the servants of the Lord. And it's only going to take one small moment, where it's going to be a big moment, just one moment that you perceive as just small, one small moment or one small event that's going to forever change your life. All right. It can be a regular day. You go into camp, right? And you think it's just a regular camp day. You're going to meet up with the brothers, have a beautiful sermon. And then one brother might have spiritual power, which we already have spiritual power on a low level of understanding these scriptures. All right. But I'm talking about spiritual power the way you may be able to heal somebody. All right. A brother may be endowed with that and people see it. All right. And you didn't expect to be endowed with that day, but it can happen like that. Or however the Lord wants to do it, the Lord can bring you through a situation where you're not even realizing that it's about to change your life, but it's going to change your life for not just forever, but for the better within the eyes of the Lord, man. So it's comforting to see how amazing the Lord can work, all right, even through an average person that you may not perceive to be anything. Because we got to understand the Lord is in control of every vessel that's on this earth, from the homeless person you see on the corner to, a Rothschild, one of the top Rothschilds ruling the world. He's in control of every single vessel within this earth. And he used those vessels down there in Alabama for his will, for this event to take place. And yes, this event did do a lot within the community of you Hebrew Israelites, you so-called African Americans, Hispanic and Native American Indians. I've seen a comment where it was a Hispanic guy saying, look, man, we so happy for y'all. We was watching it. We consider y'all cousins. He's like, I can't speak for the whole Hispanic community, but over here, man, we bond with y'all with that when we saw that. So that event is working toward the will of Yahweh Shemel Shah to not just bring you Israelites closer together, but to stir the pot between Jacob and Esau once again, right? But within that event, you had people exalted to another level, okay? And like I said, I'm going to reiterate that this young man that swam, to the dock, he wasn't thinking about being exalted. He wasn't thinking about praise in that moment. He just saw a Israelite man, which they don't know that they're Israelites, but he just saw an Israelite man, being beat down by some Edomites, and he swam over for help. He didn't know the cameras was on him. He didn't know this thing was finna blow up. He didn't know people was going to start praising him, right? And that's why Proverbs 16 says this. Let's go to Proverbs 16, and let's let's go down to verse 9. This is Proverbs chapter 16, verse 9. It says, a man's heart deviseth his way, but the Lord directeth his steps. So when you wake up in the morning, you think, oh, I'm planning this out. I'm doing this. I got this going on. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. I'm going to meet this person. I'm going to go over there. But really, you don't know what the fuck is going to befall you that day. You don't know what the Lord may bring you through on that day, right? any moment the Lord can use you for his will, for his purpose, and cause you to be part of an event that completely blows up. Your face is plastered on the news. Your face is plastered all over social media. People are looking for you, wanting to interview you, wanting to question you, wanting to give you charity, wanting to bless you, all type of things, right? Just in the moment, just from that one moment. And see, the Lord has already told us that, matter of fact, let me go over there and get it, that we're going to get fame within the land of our captivity. Now, there is going to be miraculous events that befall certain brothers, and certain brothers are going to be on the news and maybe on all over social media, which, we've already had small little examples where certain brothers' faces are all over YouTube, all over social media. Some brothers on the news, but it's going to be magnitude within the final days. All right. And some brothers are going to, experience a moment, an event that exalts them to a whole nother level. This is Zephaniah chapter 3. And ultimately, of course, the true glory and the true exaltation comes in the kingdom when we receive our reward through Yahushua HaMashiach. Lord willing, we continue in and doing to the end. That's when the real promotion and exaltation comes. But even in the land of our captivity, we're going to taste some of that. Zephaniah chapter 3, and let's go down to verse 19, right? It says, behold, at that time I will undo all that afflict thee, and I will save her that halteth, and gather her that was driven out, and I will get them praise and fame in every land where they have been put to shame. So in the land of our captivity, people are going to start to praise us, and fame is going to be bestowed upon us. All right, you're going to be famous, man. And with fame and praise comes a balance. You're going to have those that are for you, those that are against you, the believers and the unbelievers, the righteous and the unrighteous. So it's a balance. Even within that, you're going to have people praising you, but with that comes people that's going to want to come after you and do harm to you. I'm sure, just like with this young man that swam over, as many as people that's praising him, he's got a lot of people that want to, probably put him to death or do some type of harm to him. All right, I'm sure there's a lot of evil Edomites, wishing they can get their hands on him, man, or any of those jakes that were involved in that. Verse 20, Zephaniah chapter 3, verse 20. At that time will I bring you again, even in the time that I gather you, for I will make you a name and a praise among all people of the earth when I turn back your captivity before your eyes, saith the Lord. And that's when ultimately, which our captivity is slowly turning back now. And that's why you're seeing Jake rise up and more things happen in Jake's favor, because the closer we get to the end of Esau's fall, all right, more things are going to happen in Jacob's favor, but that ultimate promotion and ultimate exaltation is going to happen when the Lord completely removes us out of captivity, and all the people of the earth, all the nations of this earth see that, and they're going to wonder after that, all right, and know that he is Yahweh, all right, and know that Yahushua is Yahushua, all right. Now, I want to, this lesson doesn't need to be too long, but I was just thinking about that. I was like, yeah, man, the Lord can really, easily just exalt a brother that fast. I want to wrap this up in James chapter 4, okay? And I want to go down to verse, let's go all the way down. Let me see. I believe it's James 4. Yeah, and I want to go straight to the point. This is James 4, chapter 10. It reads, humble yourselves in the sight of the Lord, and he shall lift you up. So for us brothers that are sincerely serving the Lord, and if we endure unto the end and continue in the things we have learned, the Lord is going to exalt us. All right. The Lord is going to put us on a different level. All right. He's going to increase us within the sight of our enemies and within the sight of our people. And in that time, you will get praise and you will get fame, man. So, it's a comforting thing to know that, at any moment, you can receive that glory and that praise that you want. But first and foremost, we have to continue to give the glory and praise and honor to Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua within these weak vessels that we have. All right. So I just wanted to touch on that. Hope it was edifying. Until the next time I say shalom.